KSM show.
Hello. Today's, by the way, show some love to all yourself, man. And today's show, I'm hanging out with the girls, man, and then my name is hanging. No, I have two guests today, absolutely fantastic ladies. They're going to be telling you things that will blow your mind, man. This lady, she does her own Skin Gourmet stuff, beautiful stuff, and she's going global. She's a young lady, and you know this is the month of March. We are celebrating Ghanaians who are ingenious, and I have the pleasure to introduce to you Violet Amoabeng. Have a seat. Oh, good to have you here.
Good to have you too.
Sure. She's in the house. Later, we're going to meet Mommy K. Stevens. But until then, stick around and get ready for the show. Put your hands together and say the KSM show.
The KSM show.
We're back. This is the Heritage Month for Ghana, so we fish out for the best you can find in Ghana, man. Everywhere we need to go, we go. Anyway, I want to welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And it's Ghana, and we're celebrating Ghana.
Yes.
And it's our Heritage Month. Mm-hmm. And you are the first guest for the Heritage. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
handmade in Ghana.
You the ladies are the first guests anyway.
Okay,
but
excellent.
You have an interesting story. Mm-hmm. Skin Gourmet. I was talking to your dad.
Yes.
You know, and he was wearing your T-shirt. You know, and so it dawned on me, what's the Skin Gourmet? And it was not planned, but he said, "Oh, that's my daughter's company." So you are here today because I was very interested in meeting you.
Oh, okay. Pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. So basically, did you grow up in Ghana or the US?
Okay, so I left Ghana when I was 13. And then
you look 13.
Oh, thank you. And then I went to Uganda. From Uganda, I moved to Canada. Then from Canada, I went to the States. Then from the States, I went to Tunisia. Then I came back here. Tunisia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. It's been hard, but we're here.
Yeah. So now Skin Gourmet, it's what, their skin products or the...
Okay, so it actually took me a long time to get this phrase, but I have it down now. It's like my elevator pitch. Okay, so Skin Gourmet is raw, handmade skincare, sourced in the wilds of Ghana, and so pure you can eat it.
Oh, wow. Say it again.
Okay, raw, handmade skincare.
Raw handmade?
Mm-hmm. Sourced in the wilds of Ghana, and so pure you can literally eat it.
Show some love, man. Well, even without knowing the impact it's having on the market, especially the outside market, it's a very good pitch.
Oh,
raw.
Thank you.
And everything is sourced in Ghana?
Yes, and it's wild and it's so pure that you can eat it. So we have another logo, it just says raw, pure, wild. So they're getting it basically from the wilds of Ghana, straight up outside, and you can eat them. So
when you say wilds of Ghana?
Yeah, so we source it from local communities outside, and the local communities don't use farming. They get it from literally the wild. And the reason why we do that is because we don't want to have to pay for products that would have fertilizers or pesticides in it. So this is how we can basically help to guarantee that it's organic before we get our certifications, because that's really expensive.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And what kind of herbs? What are you? How many things are going into the making of?
Okay, so it's our formulations are extremely simple. So we have a lot of formulations where it's just one product. But if we do make a formulation where it's a mixture of different ingredients, it's 7 ingredients or less. We don't put any coloring, we don't put any flavorings, we don't put any perfumes, we don't put any emulsifiers, parabens, or any of that stuff that you can't pronounce. So it's 100% safe. And the reason why it's edible is because we believe that if you can eat it, then it's definitely safe for your skin, because once you put it on your skin, it's going to be absorbed into your body. So basically, you're going to end up eating it anyway. So when you put creams that have chemicals, you do realize you're eating it just through your skin.
So can I have a meal right now? No, just kidding.
Yes, you can actually. Which one would you like to eat? Let me give you this one. our baobab and shea body butter.
Okay.
So this is actually one of my first products. And it's very simple. Oh, actually, this is cocoa and wild honey butter, my bad. Okay, so cocoa and wild honey butter is just made from raw cocoa butter. And then we add a little bit of honey, we add castor oil, and we add coconut oil. So it's a very simple formulation.
Did you study this? What's your background?
Okay, so my background is basically a lot of things because I was traveling a lot, as I told you earlier. And then also in school, I did business. Okay, first, Daddy's going to tell you. When I first went to university, I was going to do poetry. And Daddy was like, oh, okay, poetry, that's great. Then I remember, like, after 2 years, I went to see my professor. And my professor was like, you know, you can do accounting, so try it. So I did accounting, and he was like, you know, you're really good at this. You should change your major. You should do business. So I called my dad. I'm like, Daddy, I'm going to do accounting. He's like, oh my God, thank God. He's like, poetry is good, but when I heard my daughter was going to do poetry, I was just like, Father, change your mind. So he was really happy. So I did business, I did accounting, I did supply chain, I did marketing. So I've done a plethora of different things that kind of all mix, and then also, of course, the arts with the poetry, which kind of helps with the creativity.
Okay, great. So, well, accounting and all the stuff, where does getting into ingredients of local thing come in?
Okay. So the accounting part.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was for Daddy. Like, it was biking, which was really boring. But what I learned though from accounting is basically, you know, when you're living in Ghana, you get to know your people, especially when you're dealing with their money. So what that taught me was working in a Ghanaian organization and meeting the needs of different Ghanaian people. So it wasn't necessarily in the formulations, but in understanding what people really needed for skincare and understanding the economy in which I was in. Now, in terms of the formulations, the interesting thing is I got it because I'm Ghanaian, handmade in Ghana. Because if you go to the rural areas, right, let's say Bolgatanga, right, and you see the women who are in the villages, not those who are now exposed living in the villages, the same shea butter they used to cook is the same shea butter that they put on their skin. And it's actually the best philosophy. A lot of the times we let go and we want to get things from the West without realizing the beauty of what we have here. So I started to study our own culture, right, our traditional techniques, and I realized that this is it. This is the best skincare because it is so non-toxic, it is perfect for your health, and it's economical. I mean, if you have shea butter, you can cook with your skin, you're saving money.
I like the link, you know, if it's good for your skin, it must be something you must be able to eat.
Exactly.
Because whatever you put on your skin goes into you.
Exactly. But you know, the interesting thing is when we started, or even now, we have a lot of difficulty letting people understand that concept. It's very difficult to break the barriers for most people because a lot of other skincare people, they'll say something like, okay, so this is coconut oil, okay, and then this is coconut oil for your skin. It's the same thing, unless you're putting chemicals in it. So you have people spending so much money, getting one thing for the kitchen, getting one thing for their bathroom, when just save money and get a big bottle of coconut oil and like feel free, you know?
That is great. What I want to find out is this. What was the thing that triggered you going into this?
Okay, so when I was a kid, my mom's gonna kill me, but when I was a kid, I used to go into my mom's room and she had like all these, like she had dresses full of perfumes and creams and stuff like that. So I would go in there when she's not at home, minding my own business, you know. I take a bowl, I take the ones that I like, the different smells. I mean, I was doing this since I was 5, so she knew. And I'll sit on the floor and I'll mix it and make my own concoctions. But then the interesting thing was that afterwards, after I mixed the water and everything, I'll put it in the fridge to see who would end up eating it. Because in my mind, skincare and food, it should be the same thing. So then once I came back to Ghana, by that time, I wasn't using shea butter or any of our natural things because, of course, I've been exposed to the West and they don't have a lot of those things. So I used to get a split lip every Hamatan. You know, my lip would crack, like right in the middle. And it would take a long time. I used different creams. I went to pharmacy and they were like, oh, they think it's a virus. And I'm like,
thought it was a virus?
They thought it was a virus. And I was like, no, I don't have herpes, no. So I told another friend, my friend was like, you know, you should just use shea butter. I'm like, do you know where I'm coming from? Like shea butter, like for real. So anyway, when we bought shea butter, just not even like high quality shea, but just normal shea butter. I put it on 3 days, it was gone. No scarring, no marks. I'm like, hold up.
Wow.
This shea butter compared to this expensive cream I bought. So I started reading the labels and I'm like, okay, half the stuff I can't even pronounce. Most of them are for aesthetic reasons or they're because of the smell or it's basically to make me buy it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make my own. So I started mixing the cream I'd already bought with the shea butter. And I was like, come on, let's do this all the way. Do you want chemicals in you or not? And so I started in my first formulation, and I was like, when I put them together the first time, I was like, okay, this is it. I'm going to make the best body butter the world has ever seen. I'm just about to like break the whole world, break the internet. I was so confident without doing market research, looking at competitors, testing formulation. So then I had these 3 containers. I bought these containers from Makala Market. There are these, I don't know if you guys have seen them. They're like these yellow containers that they're transparent. They have a yellow top, right? And then I printed the labels from my dad's printer at home, and I cut it with scissors, you know, and I designed my own logo. I took my glue stick and I stuck it to the bottle. I had 3 in my wardrobe. And I went to church and I was like, Father, give me a company. And I was thinking in the back of my head like, okay, you're not really giving God much to work with. Your formulations are not like all that. Your packaging really sucks. But then, you know, after I prayed to God and asked him to do with it what he wanted, he actually was like, okay, you want me to take this? All right, cool. So you said you want to deal with Ghana. So get your ingredients just from Ghana so that you help the local community. And then we started pulling out the ingredients because customers started asking for it. And then slowly it sort of evolved, and it still is evolving. I'm still trying to understand this thing he's given me. But yeah, that's pretty much how it started. But we're still on it.
So basically, when they said when you had your crack lip, you were using the normal chapstick
I
stuff.
used everything. You know, that's why I think God gave me that crack lip, because it was not healing. Like even when I went to family, they told me that it was right. I was like, man, could it be? Nah, it couldn't be. Like it's not my portion. But so then because of that is when I started looking for alternative medicine, and it moved me back to our own culture. You're spending all this money with Western medicine when they've told you, I mean, you can...
And you switch to shea butter,
and then boom. So then I'm like, okay, what else we got going on here? Okay. So I started looking like, so it's very interesting what we have to offer as Ghanaians. And what I find is that a lot of the times it's so easy for us to let go, you know, and grab onto what's new. But what I'm actually finding, like I've been there and I'm back. This is where it's at. Like, this is where it's at. Ghana is dope.
Now, so in the marketing of the Skin Gourmet, how much, and when we gave me the tagline, like it's wild, it's raw, all of that, how much is that being put out there, especially for the larger markets who are looking for organic stuff?
Well, the thing is, we try our best, but again, like I told you, I started this business with 145 cities, and no, Daddy didn't give me shele, he didn't give me capre, nothing, but he did give me his kitchen. And he gave me
145 cities.
145 cities.
Your dad's kitchen.
My dad's kitchen, and a lot of motivation and support from my dad. You can do it, you know. But then, but he said that it's best for you to. You know, he didn't want to put money into it because he said, you need to find your own ways in order to make it legitimate. But if I cradle you, you're not going to be able to do it the right way, the hard way. And I'm always grateful to him for that. So we started with very small investment. And what we do is we put everything back. And the good thing is when you have little, you tend to, you think harder and become more creative about the avenues in which you can use it. So right now we use a lot of social media because it's free, and you can get a lot more of an audience that way. So step by step, and by God's grace, you know, we're moving to kra.
And speaking of your dad's impact, because some little bird whispered to me that at one point you had done your cream and put it in his air-conditioned kitchen to freeze it or make it water, and it came, wow!
he was so angry with me that morning. Okay, so what happened was, you know, I'd done my creams, and you know you have to cool them. But the chef had the fridge was full. So I knew that he would get angry because Daddy doesn't like waste. He hates waste. So at night, I'll go and put them like right under the kitchen air conditioner and I'll turn it on. Then he woke up early in the morning. Ow! I knew it. He's like, so because of this, your 8 creams, you have turned on the whole air conditioner, you're wasting this. And I was like, Dad, how am I supposed to start my business if you're not going to support me? He goes, but this one you're wasting. I will come on, find a different way. So I had to find space. I had to negotiate with the chef to find space in the kitchen fridge until it finally kicked me out. He was like, the way this thing is going, I think you need to give it a space.
Yeah, no, I just thought I'd throw that in because I thought it was an interesting little detail there.
Oh, no, I mean, there were other things. Like, I mean, when I first started, you know, so when I started, you know, people won't buy something they don't know. Maybe you have family members that will buy it for you. So I used to use my revenue from the bank, so what they would pay me, and I'll buy my own products, and then I'll give it away to people. And then I'll take Daddy's car to go and make like a delivery of like 6 butters. I'll come back and goes, how much was the fuel you used to go? I mean, you're not making any profit. I'm like, Dad, you need to believe in the dream. It's all about the dream. You know? But yeah, he was really surprised by a lot of things I was doing. But I mean, as busy as he always had a lot of support and a lot of good advice. Like a lot of good advice that even till today I'm still drawing on. Yeah.
When he came and told you, sir, I just said, well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Because he has that instinct, entrepreneurial instinct, you know, it's so surprising that he's passed it to you. So, but people are watching now. How many products do you have here? What?
I have a small problem. Like, everyone tells me that when I go to FDA, they're just like, you're adding another one. So we started with like one. Now we're close to 40.
Really?
And probably by the end of the year, we'll probably be close to 50. Because the thing is just kind of just...
Give me like the top 5 things. I mean,
like all of them are bae. Like
all of them
all of them are bae. But I'll pick some. I'll pick some. Okay. So this is our cold pressed coconut oil. Okay. This stuff is amazing if you have eczema, moisturizing. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. It's good for your gut. Helps with Alzheimer's. And try frying your eggs with coconut oil. You don't even need milk. It's amazing. Okay, and then...
You could fry your eggs with this?
You haven't done it before? Then you're not living your life, oh. No, like, for real, like...
I mean, with this?
Okay, you know, I'm gonna leave this for you because you need, like, when you go home, fry your eggs. Like, I like it scrambled, but it's really, really good. Okay, and then this one is shea oil. Okay, so this is basically the oil from shea butter. And in the north, they use it for their stews. But now it's becoming really big amongst us as a body oil. It's great for your hair. And you know how sometimes when you have shea butter and you keep it in your room and you have air conditioning, it gets like really hard. So it's hard scooping it out. So this is the oil version where it doesn't get hard. So it's easy to go and then be about your day. And then it's also great to eat. And then this is one of our newest products is hemp and shea body butter. And it's just pure hemp. No, it's not the one you smoke.
Hemp and shea?
It's not
it? Oh, okay.
Everybody asks us that question. They're like, our customers come up to us, so you got hemp oil over there? So like, is it? I'm like, no, it's not. It's from the seed. It's not from the leaf. So this one is it's super, super moisturizing. It's great for your hair. It's great for your skin. And people are loving this right now. But this is excellent. Like, I like to use this as even hand lotion. And again, because we're using hemp oil, which is, have you tried hemp oil for salad dressing?
No.
You know what? I'm here to educate you today. I brought you hemp oil. You take it home, put it in your salad dressing, and it tastes just like, peanut butter.
So when I finish, I can put it on my skin?
Exactly. So I'll just,
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And then you mix this one with shea butter, and it's super moisturizing for your skin and for your hair as well. But people always tend to think hemp and shea butter for my hair. You know, the thing I find is that people need to start thinking out of the box. You know what I mean? Just because you use shea butter for your skin, why can you not eat it? You know, why do we go and buy butter from the supermarket, which has milk and margarine and chemicals, when you can just use shea butter with salt? I've tried it. It's not bad. Okay. And then we have our black soap. This is the only product I would say don't eat. I've tried it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I can eat everything. I can eat everything but the soap.
Exactly. And then we have, I don't know, have you heard of baobab fruit pulp?
Baobab, yeah, I've heard of baobab.
Yeah, so like in West Africa, like especially countries like Senegal and that area.
And the north, there's a lot of baobab.
Exactly, they use a lot of baobab, and baobab has 7 times more vitamin C than regular oranges. So if you're taking this every day, you don't get a normal cold, you don't get normal coughs. And the great thing about this is, if you have this in your house, you have cocoa, you have thickener, you have drink, you have like this in a desert, you are saved. Like, you're good. You don't need anything.
Wow.
That's just a few. Should I keep going?
I think the most amazing thing is practically saying all these products I can eat.
Exactly. You can eat them, and that's how you know that they're
This is the first of the kind in the world, I should think. I haven't heard of any. Or there are others that I have.
The thing is, the reason why is because it's quite a difficult concept to communicate to people. You know, there's a lot of investment you have to put in education.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if you put this there, like we have customers, they ask us the strangest questions. We have another branch in India, and they had never even heard of black soap. So you know, black soap can dry, it like coagulates a little bit, right? So then we had a customer, is the soap spoiled? Because they have no clue about these products. So we need to push these things out and to educate people about the riches that we have here and why it's so good for your skin.
Fantastic. What number can somebody call, reach you, Facebook, contact? What's the contact?
So we're on Instagram, Skin
Skin Gourmet.
Skin Gourmet GH. We are on Facebook, Skin Gourmet. We are on Twitter, Skin Gourmet GH. And you can call me on, if you're trying to get the sales, that's 050, that's my number, sorry, 020-8979-302. But if you want to reach us on WhatsApp or you want to contact me directly, 050-145-1317. Please call me only about the product, as I'll mind you.
That's how they can get in touch with you directly?
Yeah. Like,
let me add an editorial note, man. Get in touch with her directly for the product. I mean, these products.
Oh, no, call sales, 020-8979-302. Sales.
Wow. Well, this is fascinating, you know. I'm fascinated because the idea that the thing is so natural and so organic.
Yeah.
You can use on your skin.
Exactly. And you can use it like internally. Like seriously, tonight, challenge yourself. When you get home, get 2 eggs, crack them, put a little bit of salt, put your coconut oil, fry it up. You'll be calling me, thanking me. Oh, wow, you blew my mind. I'd be like, you're welcome.
And after that, I can put it on my face.
Exactly. And it's really great for your face and your hair. Like, you'll love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Show some love for her, man. Let's take a look at how she uses this shea butter to do this amazing thing. Take a look at this. Actually amazing, man, to have the products are organic to the extent that you can eat them. I mean, TB, but this is amazing, man. And when we come back, we'll be meeting Mami K. Stevens. She's the brand ambassador for the National Blood Service, and she has a whole lot to tell us. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.